with the idea that your house is, first of all, powered by ice. The whole concept of Elementis would be very easily put into words by saying they grow up so fast.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for coming back here. We're in another chapter of our Elementis Way podcast. Today we have a very special person with us. Daniel, thank you so much for being here today. How do you feel today, mate?
I feel great. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Such
a
an
pleasure.
honor.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. It's a beautiful day, nice and sun here in Bali. We are sitting outside our very first villa in the Elementis Hotel Ubud project. So how do you feel about being here? You've seen this construction from the very beginning.
I think it's our crown jewel. This is the pinnacle of what Elementis, of what formerly was Hotstone, what it has become. All eyes are always on this villa when people come in, even though it's kind of hidden behind the reception. It's kind of just in that sort of like nook, that sort of like quiet little area. It always catches people's attention, and it's always sure to bring new people to see what it's like.
I can tell since I've been here, I've seen people coming in and out every day pretty much, and this is just a masterpiece that everyone gets so impressed and so shocked in a good way that is definitely worth paying a visit for everyone listening. So, Danny, let's get to know you a little bit better. Let's tell these people why you're here and who you are. So why don't we start with the who you are and what's your relationship to this whole Elementis concept?
Well, as the son of the owner, Anton.
So we established that you're the son of the owner.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned that before, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's good to always let people know that you carry such a big mantle on your shoulders. I was brought in here originally because of educational purposes. My father was planning to start a company here, which, well, it sprouted into this giant, absolute just masterpiece. I think this is where my father actually peaked in just progress and development, and yeah, I'm immensely proud of him. But yeah, as I was saying, I was brought in here through education, studying about 2 years in Diatmika over in Saner. It's a Cambridge-based education system. And yeah, just about 2 months ago, I graduated.
Oh, congratulations. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. And
So if I can ask, what are your plans now that you have graduated?
I've managed to score myself quite a wonderful opportunity.
Oh, there you go.
For Elementis, working for My Skylink.
Oh, awesome. So My Skylink, just to let everyone know, My Skylink is the piece of, let's say, the technology piece of Elementis that will take care of putting internet everywhere, mostly starting here in Bali. So trying to help different locations with their remote internet access.
Yeah.
And then I understand that the whole idea is to build solutions on top of that. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're just making people's quality of life just be that much easier. Just to make their browsing and surfing speed on the internet just that much higher. Especially in a country where the struggle for internet is quite evident.
Awesome. That's fantastic. It's a great opportunity, that's for sure. So, Danny, tell me a little bit about how have you seen this evolution of the Elementis concept? Whether it's what you have heard or seen in your father, your own thoughts, and what this journey has been from the concept of creating Elementis to the point where we are today sitting outside this very first villa, and now looking, if you guys could see where we're sitting, we have the construction of the very first hotel right on our back, and I think we're going to be opening this hotel
November.
Yeah, I would say some month, upcoming months, but yeah, by the end of this year. So,
my first year in Bali was actually quite interesting because I happened to live here for about a year. So living here, I was surrounded by this atmosphere almost 24/7. I've basically become pretty much family with most of the staff. As people in our day and age would say, OG members have become almost best friends of mine. The kitchen staff especially, they're always playing jokes on me. They're always having a laugh, having a nice conversation with me. And Yeah, this place has grown very near and dear to my heart. Where there's been some good memories, there's been some bad ones, of course. But seeing it start off as a rundown, old abandoned luwak coffee place, and for it to become this starter boutique hotel, sort of like uh, beginner hotel, and for it to just sprout into this melting pot of just people and
Mhm.
cultures and hobbies is just it's amazing. It really puts a smile on your face to
Yeah.
just see where it started off and to see what it's becoming now. That we're opening 28, 28 new villas.
25 new
25,
villas
yeah.
here. Yeah, yeah. So
Funny that I'm the son of the owner, but I barely know that.
we all get lost in the details. So that's. But yeah, I kind of get that. I kind of feel that this evolution, and I can only imagine what it's been for you. I didn't realize that. Yeah, you spent like a year living here in this place,
Yeah.
living in Hotstone, and now you are seeing this whole new resorts chain that is being built
Hmm.
as a group is coming up to reality. So,
Shout out to Made and Supala for driving me to school sometimes. When my
there
dad
you
wasn't
go.
there, they'd take his car and they'd just drive me to school or pick me up from school, and
That's what family does, right?
pretty much.
So, Danny, now let's take a step backwards and let's talk about you as the face, let's call it, of a younger generation today. How old are you, if I can ask?
18, turning
18.
19 this year.
So recently graduated, 18 years old. You've been very much involved and you have seen firsthand the whole concept of this hospitality world combined with two main components, I would say, the wellness piece and the sustainability of the technology, the construction, and everything that is being developed here in Elementis. So what do you think these younger new generations are somehow demanding from the hospitality world?
Um, well, first of all, we're definitely out on the lookout for something a bit more on the budget side because people, when they graduate, some want to travel, some want to settle down, and ultimately, we're just starting out, most of us. I'd say that I happen to get a pretty wonderful opportunity to integrate into the company so easily and already be not financially independent, but to start making my own money to kind of sustain myself for, say, my hobbies, maybe something that I want to treat myself with.
Sure.
And a lot of people, most of my friends are actually only working, say, low income jobs. They're working part time, or maybe they're not even working at all. And hospitality wise, I think when we're traveling, when we want to go on vacation somewhere, or we're maybe looking for, say, an Airbnb somewhere to settle down, we're definitely looking for the more budget side, something a bit on the cheaper end,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would say.
It makes sense, actually. It makes sense. And I love the maturity that you take on the vision on how you embrace this work opportunity and the reality that your peers might be living. So I think it's good that you are taking it with that level of seriousness and professionalism, if you will. So
I think taking an opportunity like this for granted would be very, very silly of me. It'd be-
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. But I'm happy that you realize how important
Yeah.
it can be. So
Having told all of my friends, one of my close friends from Korea, his name is Misha. He's a Russian Australian, and
living
his
in
first
Korea, that's a funny story in
he lives in
itself, right?
Australia now. He lives
Oh,
in
he lives in Australia
yeah.
now.
He moved back. I was best friends with him ever since I started school back there.
Right, right.
And I just texted him. I told him about this whole story about how I got myself a job here.
Mhm.
And he just said, "What the hell kind of a golden ticket did they drop for you?" It's just like my best friend Luca from Argentina. He said, "Bro, you don't have a job. You have a career already.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
your whole next five or so years are already written out for you."
But that's so good that you guys realize that how good the opportunity is,
Hmm.
and I'm sure that based on those lines is you will, maximize this opportunity. You will squeeze the most out of it. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, thinking again of your generation, the way that you guys consume technology and communications and social media, for instance, what do you see at this trend? So we established that price-wise is one of the important aspects when it comes to hospitality, right? Do you think that are there any other aspects that you guys might consider? So let's say within the range of places you could stay, are there any other components that you believe will make a difference to choose one location over another?
For sure, definitely. I think it's the ease of access for, say, public transport, or maybe something like an area where there's a lot of maybe young people that also mingle and sort of communicate within that area. They're usually there. It's something fun, something entertaining, maybe like a street foodish area, or maybe like a shopping district nearby. Definitely, those places are 100% going to attract the younger generation, because nowadays a lot of people are interested in fashion, streetwear, retro wear. There's a plethora of different fashion genres. And not only that, but there's foodies, there's gym rats, and having a little bit of everything in an area that's close by.
Yeah, that would be like a...
Yeah, definitely. And Bali itself kind of lacks the more urban sort of vibe, since they have the building restrictions. And again, it's kind of like, it's not really, it's an island per se. It's the island life here. And
yeah, which is, I guess, one of the greatest highlights, but also sometimes might be one of the weak points for it.
Yeah, for sure. The climate too might be a bit of a bit of a negative, but a bit of a positive.
But again, if you come on vacation, sometimes this is what you look for, like a warm place, nice beach area, nice water temperatures. So it's a bit of a trade-off.
I think Ubud is definitely a great area to have settled down for us, because it's in between a lot of places. It's pretty much in the center of the island, so it gives you access to the mountains if you want to head up to Badugo and Kintamani. It gives you a great access to, say, Canggu, Kuta, Sanur. You can also head over to Renon and Denpasar if you're looking for more of the city vibe. Ubud itself is a holistic capital of Bali. That's where all the yoga nerds and everybody are.
Right.
It's where you can sort of pay a lot more mind to the wellness. To the wellness aspect, which is one of our key elements for Elementis here.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And you guys can hear a little bit of background noise with the construction that is happening here, because we're shooting in a place that is going on, on a daily basis. Is work-wise, they are building,
growing as we speak.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's in order to get this building and this resort ready by the end of the year, this needs to happen very fast. So, all right. So, Danny, we've been through understanding a little bit about what the points of interest, if you will, of your generation might be. Now, let's take it from a different approach. We see a lot of trends now in social media and other platforms in general, trying to understand a little bit about more of the interest of this generation. And we have seen a huge new approach and new demand for healthier products, healthier services, mindfulness, wellness, and all of these concepts that refer to a healthier life, right? So do you see that among your circles and people do you think that they are moving onto this direction of sort of healthier choices?
I would say that the people I surround myself are not really all that much online. They do spend a good fair amount of time on the internet, but I wouldn't say that they spend a lot of time on that sort of side of the internet. But I have mingled with quite a bit of people who are a lot more interested in eating cleaner, being a bit more sustainable. One of my friends is also quite big on the gym, and he, just as much as me, is really keen on eating right. So he's always keeping track of his food, he's always tracking calories, and he's always making sure that he doesn't overeat, say, fats or sugars.
Right.
Because then again, those are some of the most biggest factors that really act on your figure and how you look.
Yeah, totally. And do you see any changes that as an industry, whether it's hospitality or mostly hospitality, should be aware of or should be considering to sort of not attract this generation, but to serve it in a better way? Is there something that the industry should be aware of in order to provide better service for them?
Um, I wouldn't exactly say that there's anything that would push the younger generation or my generation per se away, because I mean, if you put it one way, this is, I mean, exactly what you expect from a hotel. We're checking off all the boxes, we're doing everything right like we should. We have our own interesting concepts like the sauna, the cold pool. Our pool is completely different from what a regular pool is because we have the salt mixture in there. It's not just full on chlorine. We have interesting new foods, Russian foods and everything. We have healthy alternatives. We have vegetarian options, vegan options. And I think realistically, the only real gripe that I have with the kitchen is the fact that we don't have any nutrition facts listed in the menus. But other than that, it's all smiles. It's all
Good.
positive comments.
Good, I like it. I like it. How about these units, these rooms that we are creating in Elementis? So the concept we have developed is this new, let's call sustainable construction using novel materials, mainly laminated wood and glass, and then this amazing climate control system. You know, the ice wall panel and all of that. That is natural. Is a more clean air within the room. It doesn't use aircon, which, you know, it prevents us from it protects our immune system for all of these bacteria that goes through the aircon. Do you think that would make a difference for your generation when it comes to choose one place or another, or this is definitely lower on the ranks?
I mean, first off, it's definitely good enough to hook people up with the idea that your house is, first of all, powered by ice. Because, well, it really makes people wonder, how is their house powered by ice? How is the hotel powered by ice? And once you explain that idea that it's sustainable, that it's also solar powered, it's definitely gonna intrigue people to kind of come and see what it's like. And, well, everybody who I've spoken to who's been in the showroom, in this unit, are beyond satisfied. They're always amazed at how once they walk in from outside, it's always nice and cool. It just you kind of just like melt into the atmosphere, and it's relaxing, and it's really rejuvenating to kind of just come in and cool off instead of sweating.
That sounds about right. Like, I've been pretty much living here in this unit for the past week, and I can tell that the feeling once you get in is simply amazing. Now, when you tell the story that there is no aircon inside and it's this natural flow with this amazing new technology, is just, you know, it's just fantastic. It's something unheard of before. So I'm kind of wonder that if younger people will today be attracted by those facts, or is more of a nice to have. You know what I'm saying?
It definitely seems to attract more of the millennial generation. So the generation before me, perhaps, are much more keen on trying this out, because in their day and age now, they're a bit more mature, they're a bit more independent, and they're a bit more financially stable.
Right.
I think for our generation, something like the older rooms that we have are a bit more of interest. But if we can adjust and if we can optimize it for a more budget option for, say, the younger generation, then it would only hook them up even more to make them interested in, I don't know, maybe coming back here.
Right.
Because that's what we want. We want to attract more customers, and we want to have repeat visitors if people are going to come back here.
I agree totally. From a business point of view, definitely you want to attract more people. But at the same time, the whole concept of this ecosystem of Elementis is to bring people that actually is into this mood or these concepts or mottos or of wellness, healthier programs, healthier habits. And I agree that maybe an option is to find an alternative to bring a more aggressive price with some of these great healthier or technology assistant components that can help you get better, help you get to check your health, for instance, but still is within like-minded people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's within people that is somehow within our same community that have a similar interest.
I think
So-
it's definitely important to let the more casual side of the public really understand the benefits of all of this. The hydrogen water, the hydrogen therapies, the sauna, the blood testing, the urine testing that we're going to have soon, the ice wall technology, the climate control housing. And if we kind of package that very nicely, wrap it up so that it looks nice, and just really serve it on a silver platter to people, then I think that is that's what's going to capture their attention. That's what's really going to hook them in, because they're going to see all these benefits and they're really going to think, maybe this is actually worth it. Maybe I should actually try it.
Right.
Maybe I should actually worry about my health for once and see
Yeah,
what it's
exactly.
like.
That could be a good option actually, to sort of help them realize or to take a step forward this level of consciousness, if you want, to start paying more attention to these programs and services and start evaluating more these new options. Now let me take you to another aspect, totally different, keeping the same ideas that we have discussed in mind about the healthier habits, the sustainable piece of the construction. How about bringing new technologies into the room? Let's say an AI assistant that can actually make this unit, this room, really intelligent and really to help you manage your habits, your mood, your feelings in regards to your health state at the moment, and through certain components such as sonotherapy, audiotherapy, aroma, water, and more. This AI could assist you in a natural way to help you get better. Do you think that's something that somehow would attract more people?
If they want to feel like Iron Man, yes. Because basically what you're saying and what is currently in the works is that we're basically going to bring in our own Jarvis, which is what's been depicted in all of the Iron Man movies and in all of the Marvel universe.
That's
We're
a funny way
basically-
to put it, but I agree.
Yeah, we're gonna have our own Jarvis, basically. And if you want to feel like billionaire playboy Tony Stark, you're going to be able to if you live in one of these houses. And yeah, I think it's amazing because back in the 2010s when those movies came out, everybody was fascinated. How would it be possible to have this virtual assistant that follows you all around the house, that keeps track of your mood, keeps track of your vitals? It reminds you on what you have to do during the day. It keeps track of your schedule. It's like a Siri for your own house.
Yeah.
Then again, it's literally just Jarvis. That's what we could call it as a play on words. I think we'd probably get copyright strike by Marvel.
Yeah,
But
I think so. We don't want to get in a fight with them, that's for sure. But it's a good way to put it. It's an easy way to understand. And
it's going to be an easy way to market it too.
well, my take on this is this new era, if you will, all of these new technologies we hear day in and day out, right? It's like everywhere, every piece of internet has today is offering new AI services, whether it's for video, is lip sync, translation,
AI is
just
growing
texting
rapidly.
is helping you in any ways, and everyone is pushing to like trying to promote themselves as I have a new AI solution all the time. It's just everyone, like any new trend, is abusing of AI. Now, how about we take this different approach and we build a intelligent house that can actually do these things and help you get better? I'm super excited about. I think it's something that will definitely take this brand to the next level, take the level of service to the next level. But I'm still kind of curious if would that be something that attracts this younger generation, or
For sure. This takes Alexa to the next level. This blows Alexa out of the water, in fact, because Alexa wouldn't be able to keep track of your vitals, first of all. It wouldn't be able to tell you how you're feeling. Alexa can only go so far.
Yeah.
If we can do the same thing as they do, hook this AI avatar up to all of the electrical devices, say if perhaps we make an avatar for it. Hell, maybe we could make a hologram that walks around the house for you. If you're feeling lonely, you have a holographic
well,
body.
today I would say to everything we have heard,
Well, who knows?
everything is possible. So
yeah, with how quickly
absolutely.
everything is developing, I think that wouldn't be very difficult to make.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
could have an avatar that maybe pops up on the mirror.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
if you want like a
so the whole concept, as I understand, is you will be able to communicate with the unit, with the room in
Yeah.
itself, and it will have this ability to assist you, to check on you, and to also recommend you what would be good for you. Let's say is you should hydrate yourself, so get a glass of water, or you are feeling some stress at the moment. Do you want me to order some tea or a coffee or a meal?
mindfulness as well.
Just book
Recommend that.
a massage. Exactly, it's like mindfulness with this incredible assistant that can read your signs
You
entirely.
look a little depressed. Maybe you should go to the gym to decompress.
Exactly. Now again, it's bringing that new reality. We need to see what's going to be like, and what the impact is going to generate in the people that comes and try it out, right? So again, I'm super excited about that. I think it would be a great complement to everything we are building here. And again, we'll see what that looks like for younger people that is
Yeah.
constantly either embedding themselves into new adventures or new trends or just new habits. And we've seen lots of them asking for more mindfulness solutions, wellness programs, and more things that can actually consume and not just advertise, more and more of these fake promises of healthier programs, but still kind of cool.
It's
And I guess
definitely
we're
gonna-
trying to bring that to reality.
It's definitely going to reel the younger generation in, I think, this whole idea with the AI house. Because in media right now, there's been a lot of depictions of the future. There's been video games such as Cyberpunk 2077, Blade Runner 2049, which is a very famous movie that I'm pretty sure a lot of people know, with Ryan Gosling. And in that movie, he actually has a holographic, like, I'm pretty sure it's wife or girlfriend. He has a holographic girlfriend. And that's, I mean, 2049, that's not actually that far away from us.
Yeah.
It's still what?
It's funny though, because there's a much older, the original Blade
Yeah,
Runner.
the one in the 90s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The new one's definitely got all of the younger people on as well, because a lot of people are really interested in Ryan Gosling. They're huge fans of the actor. And the internet's definitely also very interested in him. And just seeing that depiction of what 2049 might look like with holographic girlfriends, we're not that far away now that we're making an AI house. That's why I mentioned having a holographic like avatar, or maybe an avatar that could pop up on the TV screen and maybe like interact with you.
If there's a TV screen, because our technology could be actually way more advanced, where we might just not need it. So that would be cool too. So Danny, tell me about your personal take or vision into Elementis, and where is it going? How would you describe this vision of the future from Elementis today?
It's a child that's growing very, very quickly. The whole concept of Elementis would be very easily put into words by saying they grow up so fast. Because
been there.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, this was a rundown luwak coffee place, and now we're thinking of spreading all around Indonesia, all around Bali. I mean, we're reaching out to Lombok. We have a project that's coming very soon in Seminyak, which is amazing. I've seen the blueprints. I've seen sketches, 3D renders, and I mean, honestly, I would like to move there from Ubud because wow, a garden hotel, especially looking like more of what I imagined Elementis would be. Because when I was moving here from Korea, I was really thinking that it would be something like, Hilton, something like the Six Senses, Kempinski. It would be more like this big resort hotel style. And at first, when I moved in here and I saw all of this, I was like, ooh, this is not what I expected. And now I walk around here and I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. I feel really disappointed that I felt like that at the start because now we have all of these projects and we're reaching out places. We're going to be in Chile soon as well, which is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, I'm only excited to see where this is going to go.
Danny, one last thing. If you were to describe Elementis in either one word or one sentence, what would it be? I know it's
Go
a tricky
here.
one, eh?
Go here and experience another world.
Go here
and experience another world.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Because with all these new technologies, all these innovations, these eye-opening experiences, several times I've taken my friends from school to the sauna. They were all just amazed, fascinated, because they haven't gone through anything like that. And yeah, it's a new world.
There you go. Danny, thank you so much for the time and for sharing with us today. It's been a pleasure to have you
It's been a
here.
huge honor being here.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for the time, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.